intro lines to scene 4, where everything goes down between Stella and Blanche. Do you have anything to say?
These lines kind of like lead into what happens later in the play, and they foreshadow a lot of things. So I think this is good.
Stella? Baby, my baby sister.
Blanche, what is the matter with you?
He's left?
Stan? Yeah.
Will he be back?
He's gone to get the car grease. Why?
Why? I've been crazy, Stella. When I found out you've been, Stan had come back in here, I started to run an ad for you.
I'm glad you didn't.
What were you thinking of? Answer me. What? What?
Please, Blanche, sit down and stop yelling.
All right, Stella, I'll repeat the question quietly now. How could you come back in his place last night? Why, you must have slept with him.
Blanche, I've forgotten how excited you are. You're making too much of a fuss about this.
That makes it all right?
No, it isn't alright for anyone to make such a row, but people do sometimes. Stanley's always smashing. On our wedding night, he came inside and he snatched off of my slippers and he rushed about the place, smashing light bulbs with it.
He did what?
He smashed the light bulbs with my heel of my slipper.
And you let him just run, didn't scream?
I was sort of thrilled by it. Eunice, and you had breakfast?
Do you suppose I wanted any breakfast?
There's some coffee left in the stove.
You're so matter-of-fact about it, Stella.
What other could I be? He's taken the radio to get it fixed. It didn't land on the pavement, so only one tube is mashed.
And you were standing there smiling.
What do you want me to do?
Pull yourself together and face the facts.
What are they in your opinion?
In my opinion, you're married to a madman.
No!
Yes, you are. Your fix is worse than mine. Only you're not being sensible about it. I'm going to do something. Get a hold of myself and make myself a new life.
Yes?
And you give it in, and that isn't right. You're not old. You can get out.
I'm not anything I want to get out of.
What? Stella!
I said I'm not in anything I want to have a desire to get out of. Look at the mess in this room. And those empty bottles. They went through 2 cases last night. He promised me this morning that he was going to quit having his poker parties, but you know how long such a promise will last. Oh well, it's his pleasure. Like mine is movies and bridge. People have got to tolerate each other's habits, I guess.
I don't understand. I don't understand different. What is this Chinese philosophy you've cultivated?
This is my what? What?
Shuffling back and muffling. Tears. Must in the kitchen as if nothing out of the ordinary has ever happened to you. Are you deliberately shaking that thing in my face?
No.
Stop it. Let go of that broom. I won't have cleaning up for him.
Then who's gonna do it? Are you?
I?
No, I didn't think so.
Oh, let me think. If only my mind gotta get hold of someone to get way out.
Only one of us has some way to get a hold of.
I have an idea. Do you remember Chef Huntley? Of course you remember him. I went out with him at college. Well, I went to him on Miami last Christmas for a holiday. Well, I did. And I took the trip as an investment to get me some $1 million.
Did you?
Yes, I ran into Chef Huntley on him on Game Boulevard on Christmas Eve. Getting into his car, a Cadillac convertible that's a bit of block long.
I should think it would have been inconvenient in traffic.
You've heard of oil wells? in gold in his pocket.
My.
You know how indifferent I am about money. Money in terms of what it does for you. He can do it. He can certainly do it.
Do what for you, Blanche?
Why, does a shop. Oh, shop of some kind. You can do it with half of his wife does the racetrack.
He's married?
Money, would I be here if he wasn't married?
Oh.
How do I get Western Union? Western Union.
That's a dial phone, honey.
I can't dial.
Just dial O.
Oh?
O for operator?
Give me the pencil. Gotta write it down first. I mean, let me think now. Darling, chef, sister and I, desperate situation.
I beg your pardon?
Sister and I, desperate situation. We'll explain details later. Would you be interested? Would you be interested in... You never get anywhere with correct.
Don't be so ridiculous, darling.
But I'll think of something. I've got to think of something. Don't laugh at me, Stella. Please don't laugh at me, Stella. I want you to look in the contents of my purse. Here's what's in it. 65 measly cents and quarters around.
Stanley doesn't give me a regular allowance. He likes to pay bills himself. But this morning, he gave me $10 to smooth things over. You take 5 of it, Blanche, and I'll keep the rest of it.
No, Stella.
I know how it helps your morale just having a little bit of pocket money on you.
No, thank you. I'll take the streets.
Talk sense. How did you happen to get so low on funds?
Money just goes. It goes places. Sometime today I've got to get hold of a
I'll
bomb.
make you one now.
Not yet. I've got to keep thinking.
I wish you just let things go, at least for a while.
So, I can't live with him. You can. He's your husband. But how can I stay here with him after last night? Just those curtains between us?
Blanche, you saw him at his worst last night.
On the contrary, I saw him at his best. What such a man has to offer is animal force, and he gave a wonderful exhibition of that. But the only way to live with such a man is to go to bed with him. And that's your job, not mine.
After you've rested a little while, you'll see it's going to work out just fine. You don't have to work about anything while you're here. I mean expenses.
I have to plan to get for both of us out. To get us both out.
You take it for granted that I'm something that I do not want to get out of.
I take it for granted that you still have sufficient memory of bell rings to find this place and these poker players impossible to live with.
Well, you're taking it entirely too much for granted.
I can't believe you're in earnest.
No?
I understand how it happened. A little. You saw me in uniform, an officer, not here, but...
I'm not sure it made any difference where I saw him.
Now don't say it was one of those mysterious electric things between people. If you do, I'll laugh in your face.
I'm not going to say anything more about this at all.
Alright, then don't.
But there are things that happen between a man and a woman in the dark that sort of make everything else seem unimportant.
What you are talking about is brutal desire. Just desire. The name of that rattle-trap streetcar that bangs through the corner up one street and down the other.
Haven't you ever ridden on that streetcar?
It's brought me here, where I'm not wanted and where I'm ashamed to be.
Then don't you think your superior attitude is a little bit out of place?
I am not being or feeling at all superior, Stella. Believe me, I'm not. It's just this. This is how I look at it. A man like that is someone who you go out with once, twice, 3 times when the devil is still in you. To live with, have a child by?
I have told you I love him.
Then I tremble for you. I just tremble for you.
I can't help your trembling if you insist on trembling.
May I speak plainly?
Yes, you do. Go ahead, as plainly as you want to.
Well, if you'll forgive me, he's common.
Why, yes, I suppose he is.
You couldn't have forgotten that much of our bringing up, Stella, that you just grunting like him, and swinging and gnawing and poking. These poker night, you call it, this party of apes. Somebody growls. Some creature snatches at something. The fight is on. God, maybe we are a long way from being made in God's image, but Stella, my sister, there has been some progress since then. Things such as art, as poetry and music. Such kinds of new lives have come to the world since then. And some kinds of people, some tender feelings have had some little beginning that we have to make grow. And